Have you ever been stung? Well, I probably get stung about 5 times a day. Okay. I'm Alun Allcock. I'm the owner of the Snowdonia Honey Company. I'm also the beekeeper of the Snowdonia Honey Company. We're a small micro business based in Snowdonia, which is the northern part of North Wales. So we try and do a minimal intervention, even though we do have to go into hives. But the natural reaction is not to sting you. I bought a small farm in Snowdonia, and was looking round for something to do other than the usual sheep and horses and cattle. And I found bee farming, which it sort of found me. I started off with a couple of hives, and unlike telecoms where it's the hard sell, I actually had people come in here when they found out I had honey, and we sold out pretty much straight away. This is my third career. I had jobs in telecoms and also facilities management. The facilities management company was a sort of reaction to the telecoms job, because I spent all my time in the telecoms job on trains and planes. So I wanted a job that worked outside. The quality of the honey around here, just because of the geography and the landscape, is really top notch. There are about 250 varieties of bee in the UK, but only one honeybee. They have male, in the summer there will be male bees. And they do two things: they eat and they procreate. So the male bees are a drain on the colony. They use more resources than they bring. They don't bring in anything. They don't forage, they don't do anything. So in September you'll see the female bees dragging the males out of the hive and just dropping them on the floor. They can't survive outside the hive because they don't need any males during the winter. The bulk of the bees in a hive, say 95%, are females. Yeah, the winter is very much about recharging batteries, making plans for next year. A lot of that work goes on in the summer as well. So it's full on in the summer, still busy in the winter, but more manageable. We put a lot of effort and time into making sure that it's a product that we don't change, so we don't heat it up. It's still unpasteurised, but actually I think it's a good thing. I've tried to turn it round where we try and explain to people that it's a limited harvest, and it's still only me, but it's probably will only ever be a micro business, and I just want to keep that link and keep the quality up there. So and very much like wine, the flavour of the honey will change ever so slightly depending on the concentrations of different nectar sources and pollens that go into the honey. Yeah, I'm definitely proud of it, and I'm a little bit arrogant about it as well, because what we produce around here, which is primarily because of the landscape and what the bees are able to forage on, all finds its way into the honey that ends up in the jar. That's probably the biggest, is the pound, is the regular wildflower. This is a really great business. You meet some really interesting people. They are genuinely interested in the products that we sell and where it came from. If you start to talk about bees and the journey of honey, it's fascinating, and there's nobody that isn't fascinated by it. So never ask a beekeeper about beekeeping, because you'll be there for days. There's only a few people know that that's what I do. People we meet on the mountain know that I do it, and also a few friends. So we get a lot of visitors who come to climb our mountains, and not everybody has a good experience of those. So we obviously want to them to go home safely if we can go out and help them. So that's how Mountain Rescue sort of grew up in the UK about 60 years ago now. Some of the teams are of that age. But it's a volunteer organisation in the UK We work under the police on the direction, but only as much as they call us out, and then after that we go and solve that particular problem our particular way. But essentially the police don't have the capability to do what we do. They don't have the skills and the staff, and we provide our own vehicles and premises and everything, really, equipment. So in the summer it's a very busy mountain, and accidents happen. We don't judge people, so if somebody's done something really silly, obviously silly, we'll have a word and say, well, have you thought about this next time? But that's the way people gain experience. It is a passion for lots of people. It's certainly something I like doing. I mean, I also help out in another charity, which is a National Beekeeping Centre for Wales, and we are a charity that tries to promote beekeeping. We've had people from Jamaica who've been on our courses, people from America who've been on our courses, as well as the UK. And they say, well, will I get stung? Well, yeah, you will. You will get stung. You'll definitely get stung. And although I was born locally, I moved away and I've lived in other places as well. But this is definitely home. I quite like my days of me just wandering around in the nice weather, looking after bees. So not in any mad rush to expand. And I don't think in Snowdonia, if you want to keep the quality of the products, it's not a mass product anyway. There's certainly room for expansion, but I'm always mindful of the quality and what we're actually set up to do. So that's it, really. I have a loose business plan in my head because I work for myself and there's only me. It can live in my head. There's nothing better than on a summer's day standing next to a hive. It's buzzing. It's great. It's great.